Hey everyone. Thought I'd take a break from laundry and packing and thinking and come on here and chat with y'all if you're about. I don't have anything absolutely important to say, but um, I know I'm burning up. Uh, Hi, Lady Blonde Wolf. Uh, I'm actually getting stuff accomplished tonight. Aren't you proud of me? Yeah. Had to stop earlier and take me a nap. I'm getting old and I run out of steam a lot quicker. But yeah, I'm eventually getting it done. I think I sit and dread it more. You know what I mean? Uh, if I didn't if I didn't sit and think about it so much, I would probably get more done. Proud of me as you are that I got my ass. Yeah, I thought it was pretty hard to get kicked off TikTok. I mean, I've seen some pretty stupid, weird shit on there. Well, I haven't really seen it. I've heard about it. Like you'll send me stuff, and I don't actually go on TikTok unless you tell me, you put something up and then I go watch it. But that's just not my thing. I've never been banned from anything in my whole life. I think I got kicked out of a witch group one time. I think I did. I I forget what the whole argument was about, but they were somebody was saying something, and I commented, and instead of everybody just saying, well, my opinion is this or whatever, they were like, no, it's like this, and really being hateful. And man, did I let them have it. Anyway, I guess I either got reported to one of the moderators or the moderator caught it, but they kicked me out. It's like, that's fine with me. Y'all are a bunch of weirdos anyway. Saying one day I'm going to be famous and you're going to wish you hadn't have done that. Just kidding. Just kidding. But yeah, I think I'm just more mentally exhausted than anything, man. This is, I tell you. And I thought I'd come on here earlier tonight because I'm going to stop whatever I'm doing and I'm going in there to my altar and I'm talking to Hecate tonight. I am. My house is empty and quiet besides me, and now I can go in there and talk to her without interruption. Yeah, I went off on the neighbors, found out that they stole more mail, and they cut the damn power off. And after cut the power off, now my kid is pissed at me for yelling at them. Wow. How'd they cut the power off? I'll tell you what, if I lived where you live, Lady Blonde Wolf, well, let's just say somebody would be moving. I wouldn't be able to handle it. All the circuit breakers are down in the basement where he's, oh, okay. Yeah, and it's too damn hot nowadays to not have air conditioner, some shit like that, especially in an upstairs apartment. Heat rises. It's so nice outside right now that I really wish I had some wood. I would just sit out there with me a fire right now. There's no wind, which is very rare in Oklahoma. um, I'm just trying really hard to stay in good spirits, think of the positive. She was like, you should have just wrote him a note and thrown it down the stairs. I can't get over his damn barricaded bicycles and heat up. Well, see, that's I'm sorry, but that's the damn landlord's fault. When you design a building or even go in and renovate one, you're gonna have to redo all that crap because one certain breaker box should not be in one apartment only. I mean that could be dangerous. That could be, well, it's just ridiculous. Each apartment should have their own breaker box. I damn sure need to go and take a shower and do a spiritual cleansing. Yeah, I'm that's on my list to do too. But y'all know how I am. I'll have all these plans, and I'll say I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, and at 6 o'clock in the morning, I'm still sitting right here thinking about what I should be doing. I have to laugh at me if I don't. And what's odd, and I'm telling y'all, this is where OCD comes in. And being a Virgo, I'm very one of those have to be organized people, or my whole world just collapses around me. And then I'm really messed up in my head and confused. um, Mine is the starting point, you know, and I don't know why I cannot do like I tell everybody else. Um, just start, just do something, start somewhere, grab a box, grab your bubble wrap, and just start. Don't overthink it. Do you know how hard that is to tell someone that is OCD and a Virgo? Tell us not to overthink things. No. So I decided I'm just going to come on here and talk to y'all. Oh my. But I'll tell you, the hardest thing to do in any relationship, whether it's between you and your parents, whether it's between you and your significant other, or whether it's between you and your children, or even an addiction. The hardest part is letting go. Let go, let go, let go. And that's why most of us, especially witches, because, we think we can fix everything and heal everything. And that's where we get dragged down a lot of bad roads, because we just don't stop until we are just mentally, physically exhausted and finally just give up. And that's just what I'm having to do. Just for self-preservation, I have done my share of crying, being depressed, not being myself, even not doing my craft like I normally do. I usually, I'm at my altar all the time if I'm home, most and generally, and I have not been there in 2-3 months. So, it's time to get back to me, And a lot of people say, well, that's being selfish. It is not. It is not being selfish. It is self-preservation. I cannot help anyone else. I can't come on here and give y'all good vibes and help y'all if I'm a catastrophe, So I just have to get on with my life. And sometimes that's extremely hard to do because a lot of times you have to leave loved ones behind. Um, Not that you want to, but it's your only choice. More than likely, they've driven you to it. So um, that's the stage I'm at now. It's like, okay, I feel like I've just went through a tornado. This is why my whole life, ever since the day I was born, I can say that my life, and metaphorically speaking, is nothing but a tornado. There's always shit getting destroyed. There's always things going wrong. There's always catastrophes, and I handle them. But I'm getting at that age now to where it's not as easy to overcome as it used to be. Most people that have listened to me for a while know that I have a heart condition. Most people know, therefore I probably have high blood pressure. Sorry, thought cops are out here. Oh boy. Yeah, they're the crack house right up the street here. This afternoon, I was out there seeing if I could possibly find enough wood or bamboo or whatever in my yard to make me a fire tonight. And I could hear one of the crackhead girls down there screaming and hollering. The cops were there yesterday. Fuck. What a bunch of shit, man. It's everywhere. You can't get away from it. People running around naked and ain't got a brain in their head. But, that's their life. And, I guess they have the right to live it how they want. But by God, don't bring that shit around me and don't bring it to my doorstep. And I don't want to hear it. I just people with fireworks. I'll tell you what, your area that you live in, it would make me a nervous wreck. I'd have done flipped out by now. I'd have flipped on somebody, I guarantee it. And just let the record show, and I hold no bars about it, I do own a gun. In fact, I have several, and I am licensed to use. It's registered. They're all registered, and I will use them. I have no problem using them. Yeah, I flipped on him earlier. Now I'm in trouble. Oh, with your kiddos? Oh, it's a mess, I'll tell you. It's a flipping mess. And now that my kid's been going through this all these years, it's just, I understand the mindset of them even more. And I'm not saying all of them are like this, but most of them, they don't want to change. They just flat out don't want to. And this is why I get so aggravated at my son. Because he is just running his life on purpose. I mean, he's already, pretty much screwed most things up most of his life. When do you stop? This is the question I ask him all the time. When do you stop this lunacy and have a life that you're happy to live and that you're proud of? I just don't get it. I don't get. I mean, I've made mistakes in my time. Believe you me. I have done things that I'm not proud of, but I rectified them. I don't continue to do them. Now, as far as drugs go, no. I have not ever in my life done an illegal drug. Ever. Well, I guess I did smoke pot a few times when I was way younger. But to me, that's not a drug. It's a naturally grown damn plant. But it was illegal nonetheless. And that wasn't even my forte. I mean, I'm one of those people that marijuana just never really did anything for. I love the smell of it, but it wasn't for me. I used to drink a lot, but I cut that shit out too. I was like, man, this ain't no way to live my life. I had fun. Usually, not a care in the world. I had them, but I numbed them, and I quit doing that a long time ago. It just depends on how well you dive into yourself and what you expect out of yourself. And if you don't hold yourself to very good and high standards, then the people around you can't help you. That's what aggravates me so bad and hurts me the worst is I can't help him. I can bitch at him. I can be here for him. I can offer to send him to rehab. Anything in the world that would help him, but he won't do it. So no amount of spells I do. This is a lesson that in a path that he's on that he's going to have to figure out. And I've come to terms with that. And I just flat out told him, I'm not helping you anymore. I mean, I'm not going to say that I won't give him something to eat or, make him sleep in the rain. No, I wouldn't do that. But I'm not buying him any more clothes. I'm not helping him in any other way ever again. And I don't even know that I after all this is over, that I'll even ever give him another place to stay because he's just so disrespectful. I mean, I just can't live with him. And I'm really ashamed and, sorry to come to that conclusion that I've been made to come to that conclusion. But even as a witch, I can't fix that. I cannot fix him. And I'm tired of killing myself over it. So, what'd you get in your water bowl? Did you get in your water bowl? I think you got in your water bowl. This little baby's wet. Him's wet. Him's wet. Him's wet. Yes. And I think he was taken away from his mama too young. He'll get up on me and like I usually cradle him just like a baby. And he'll turn his head and he'll get the little piece of skin, on the inside of my elbow. And he'll sit there and knead it and try to nurse my elbow. When him's going to sleep. When him right now, him wants to go to sleep. Yes, him does. He's a big old, he's just still a baby, Looky there. Say hello. Say hi. He's got the prettiest shaped eyes too, y'all look. He's like, I'm sleepy. Look. He's pretty. Say hi. It's a pretty boy. He's ready to go to sleep, and he thinks I have to hold him until he goes to sleep. And the whole time he's sleeping, and I can't do that. I got to get up and move around. He's a little baby. But, yeah, I hate moving. I really do. I hate it. I hate it. Yeah, see, he wants to. He's getting sleepy. He's got to find something to nurse on. Yes, he can do. Yes, he can do. You'd have to go lay on the couch. Go lay on the couch. Go. Go lay on the couch. And he'll get back up in this chair and he'll jump back over here in my lap. But anyway, yeah, a box at a time, you know. I mean, what else can he do? My candle's about to flip out here. Yeah, I lit my healing candle up, which actually was weird. I'll tell you the story behind this. I was making this for someone else. And I don't know why, but when it was all done and cooled off, and I cut the wick, put the lid on it, and when I held it, I thought, this is for me. This is for me. And at that time, there wasn't even anything going on. And I thought, well, just in case, I better save it, because when I get that feeling, I'm not going to give it to somebody else, because I feel so intensely that it's supposed to be mine. So I went ahead and saved it, and sure enough, all hell broke loose not too long after that. So, I mean, I'm telling you, it's been definitely a ride, a rough ride. But I'm in way better spirits, and I guess you could say I'm at the acceptance part of the turmoil, and or should I say the trauma, and now I'm just dealing with it. And I really think all this happened all at once because of what I done, 6 months or so ago. The spell I put out there. And while it's been pretty rocky, I'm starting to see clearer now that things are going to get better, So, I mean, I still have, my little, I don't know, doubts and feelings of sadness that, whip through me every once in a while. But for the most part, I can now go, nope. You're not doing this to me again. I tell you, I'm usually a very strong person, but as any mother knows, when anything's going on with your children, it is like you're going through it too. You are going through it too when it's your blood. And it's just really hard to watch someone that you love just completely destroying their lives. And so I'm just not going to watch anymore. I'll be in a whole different town. It kind of worries me sometimes. It's like, well, what if he really needs you and you're not, I'll be 4 hours away. It's not like I can just run across town and grab him, but that's the whole purpose of it. He's going to have to learn to stand on his own 2 feet, and hopefully by the grace of the goddess, he'll be protected. And one day, hopefully before, he's a grandpa, and still able to enjoy his life, things will start looking up, but I just don't see it. I don't feel it right now. The way he's going, it's either death or prison again. And that scares the hell out of me. But I just can't go there. I have to move on. I have to continue with my life. I have another child. I have grandchildren. I cannot let this consume me. You see what I'm saying? So I am trying to get a lot of this packed up. I just wish I had someone here to talk to, or I guess I could put on a movie. And I guess when you're not thinking about it, you tend to do things faster, or it goes by faster. I just have a lot of trauma with moving because I've had to do it so much, and like I said, I'm getting older now, and I'm just really tired of. I just want to get in one spot and stay there. You know, I used to like to move. I used to, especially town to town, because everything was new and interesting. And now it's like, well, different town, same shit to me. It's like been there, done that, and it's just not really all that exciting anymore. And I mean, this time I'm going back to pretty much, my hometown. So um, I already know what that place is all about. But I am thankful that at least I do have a place to go. I have a house to go to, and um, all that. There's just no jobs around there. I may have to drive an hour to work and back. I don't know. We'll see. But see how my brain goes, y'all? Yeah, it gets pretty out there. And that's how I end up just sitting here thinking instead of doing. Um, a lot of times you make things a lot worse in your head than they really have to be. Um, and that tends to be what I do. And I shouldn't do that. I should know by now. Just get in there and start doing it and get it over with instead of worrying about stuff and dragging things out. But and like I said, one of the main things I'm worried about is relocating my cats. That's really hard to do. Dogs, they pick up. As long as you're with them, they don't care. But cats are um, extremely territorial, and um, they don't like change like that. So, and they don't ride in cars very well, and that bothers me. I don't want to make them sick. Of course, I'm not leaving them behind. So, what's the lesser of the two evils? I got to take them with me. The kitten, my ex-boyfriend's going to take, and so I know he'll be taken care of. And because the house I'm going to, I'm playing hell, even taking like the two that are already mine, much less this little one. I mean, he could go too, but um, they really fight a lot. My two older ones are not taken to the kitten very well, and it honestly gets on my nerves. All the hissing and the growling and the fighting, and because the kitten wants to play and the other two don't want to play with it. So anyway, that's my life right now, and I thought I'd come on here and chat with y'all for a little bit. And it's a little early for me, but I thought maybe I could catch some of the ones that I don't normally get to talk to because I come on so late or early, however you want to put it. But I really do have a lot of stuff I could be doing, should be doing. I did finally get all my WSDSs made on my new herbs, and I actually meant to do videos on them. I may still do that. I don't know. I said I was going to stop doing the herbal videos, but I just thought maybe I'd do them as I got new ones. Because I got like 7 or so new herbs. I know I got Dittany of Crete, I got that. That's an interesting herb. It's just amazing how many of them are used for protection. You know, a lot of them. And a lot of them are universal. You know, you can use them for just about anything. But anyway. So, Lady Blind Wolf, what are you up to? I mean, besides what I already know, of course. Um, I don't know when you're gonna have them runes ready. And not that I am hurrying you or nothing by no means, but I'm gonna I'll be moving on the 29th, so I'll have to send you a new address to mail them to. I mean, they may get I'm sure they get forwarded from here, but it'd just be an extra step and it'd take longer for me to get them. I got some more lemongrass, lemon balm, and star anise the other day. Yeah, that's one of the ones I got was lemongrass, and it's for a specific spell, or was, that quit. Get down. I'm not holding you. That I was going to do on the new moon this month. And there was so much going on that I didn't get it done. But I think it was lemongrass. I think it was. I said get down. Quit. I had a witch friend of mine tell me that, yeah, until after you had moved. Oh, okay. What was I? There was something really interesting in one of these, though, that I got that I wanted to tell y'all. And, of course, I didn't flag it, so I don't remember, but I will eventually. Yeah, that's the one I got for that. It's for, it was lemongrass. Yeah. Which you know that's also called citronella, right? That's what citronella is lemongrass. Yeah, I have a healing spell in mind, or I went and busted my broken salt lamp so I could use the Himalayan salt pour. Oh, it was already broke. Oh, I'll show y'all. Now I don't know if he really gave them to me. He says they're mine. He goes, "You can have these, Mama." So I'll go get them and show you. Well, actually, I guess there's just two. I guess I meant I said three because they sit in there next to my selenite lamp. But this is just regular salt. It's kind of heavy. That's just a regular salt lamp, and this is the Himalayan one. So he gave me these two. And this is real too, because you can see where they broke it off of the bigger geode. But my mom bought me a new one when she was here last year. But I'm saving some of those pieces for crystal grid too. Yeah. Yeah. I don't do many crystal grids. I think I've only done two in my life. I guess, and see, these charge by the computer. They have a port, Which if I didn't have a computer, what would I do? I mean, I think they make those. You can just plug them into a regular phone charger and plug them into the wall. Because I really don't like plugging stuff into my computer. It freaks me out. If they'll even go. No. They'll have to go to a phone charger. Let me see if it'll even fit my phone charger. Well, it does. See, it's really pretty. This one changes colors. You can't see it very well, but now it's blue. It'll turn green and purple and red and kind of a yellow green. You can't see it really good on there, but it changes colors. It's really pretty soothing. But that's how you turn it on. It has to be plugged in, and that's what it runs off of. It's not like you can just, unplug it from a regular plug or flick it on and off at the bottom or whatever. I don't know. Mine didn't have cords like that. They just had regular. Yeah. I had never seen one like this either. I definitely need to sage it. I'm sure. Maybe I can do that right quick. While I'm talking to you. I'm going to use my special blended sage. Well, it's not really sage, it's a smudge stick, but it's not, it's made of different stuff. Yeah. Yes. Whew. This stuff's strong too. But yeah. Same amethyst one. Of these, amethyst. I have to hold it up here to where it'll get to it. I've never seen an amethyst one. That'd be nice to have. There's a guy on our buy, sell, and trade here that Dan was showing me that has a big, beautiful smoky quartz geode. He wants $400 for it. I was like, what's bad is if I had $400, I'd have probably got it from him. And it's one of those that you really don't even want to talk them down because it's worth it, I got one that's dragon's blood. All of the smudge sticks. This was sent to me by another witch that I talked to, and I can't remember who it was now. But I mean, this sucker was long. It was like, it's about half the size it was when she gave it to me or mailed it to me. And she sent me this real pretty crystal, which I should have done a video on it, but I didn't. Because at the time I didn't want no other eyes on it because I was using them for a specific thing and I didn't want to show them. But this was a couple of years ago, actually. Well, see, that would be neat to see. I've never seen an amethyst one. But yeah, I wish it just plugged into the wall. Because to have all these going, you'd have to have, I have to have all these phone chargers. I mean, that fits into my phone charger. And I don't know why this always comes on here and says your connection is unstable. I swear, my internet company sucks. What's even more weird is there's not a bit of wind out there right now. So I don't know why it's doing it. Unless something's in here messing with my electronics. Hi, baby. You ought to see him. He's just sitting down here looking right up at me. So I sure do one in your lap, Mama. But yeah, they're pretty cool. I don't know where I got them, but I like them. I do. Rock Shop by us has geodes, but they're kind of small. Yeah. Well, I don't guess you'd need all that big of a one. I mean, I've seen crystals that were friggin' so big. Y'all seen them pictures on Facebook of that crystal cave? And it has all them clear quartz crystals. They look like stalactites and stalagmites, that just grow in the caves. That's what they look like. And they're just it looks like, when Superman, went into wherever and went into that cave and tried to heal himself. You know how that it was just lit up. It was really pretty. I would just go ballistic in there. I really would. I don't want to hold you, little one. Move. I got fire. Don't chew on that. It's not your toy. I don't know why I'm worried about doing this now. I guess that's the first time I've lit them up myself. I mean, I've seen them lit in his room, but what sucks is he's got such a good heart. He is just such a good person inside, but he's just so messed up in his priorities. It's just pathetic. I don't get it. I don't get it. But, I mean, it is what it is, Quit. I'm not playing with you. Whew, about to smoke myself out, y'all. My first one I got at Menards, but we used it quite often. My second one that I've got now, we got it at Goodwill. Oh, really? Man, it'd be awesome to find something like that at Goodwill. I'll tell you though, whenever you're buying stuff like this, you need to find someone that knows a lot about them to make sure they're real and they're not just cut glass. I'm telling you, because it won't do you any good if it's just cut glass. Whew. It don't take much of this. That's why I still have so much left. And what about that video I did? I have that Scully that weighs about as much as a human. I think it's a blue lace agate. And they went a couple yeah. I watched this. She sells things. It's Sage Goddess. I really enjoy watching, the sales, but I can't afford nothing. I mean, there's stuff. There's wands. There was a wand on there that, oh my gosh, it was beautiful, beautiful wand, and it was something like $3,000. I was like, nope. And you see all these people, just buying this stuff up, and you're like, how are they doing that? They've got to have credit cards, and they're going to max their credit cards out. But to me, it would be worth it. Just so I could have that pretty wand. And it wasn't very long either. It was only about yay long, but it was silver, and it had like silver vines that were detailed around it, and it had amethyst in it and all different kinds of stuff. It was really pretty. And I don't know, though, if I would have even gotten it if I'd had $4,000. I might have. I don't know, but I'm just a cheapie, and I just can't see me paying that much money for anything except a car, and that just goes towards a car nowadays. At least it'd be a down payment. But I guess they just plug in and do this. I thought I had to charge them and that they would stay on, because I thought that's what the support was, but it's not. That's how they run. So you ended up here anyway, didn't you? Ended up right in my lap. But anyway. Oh no, mine aren't cut glass, but you can get them out. Yeah. I wasn't saying that yours were, but some people may do that. So you need to make sure that they're real. Of course, these salt lamps, it's pretty easy to tell if it's real salt or not. Wouldn't it be neat to go to the salt mines and get us some of our own salt, I've got a crap ton of rock salt in there too. Oh, you're such a baby. You're such a baby. You're such a baby. Come on, get down. I don't have to hold you all the time. Come on. No, I don't want to hold you. He's a big mush, I'll tell you. Draw Mystic Dragon Slayer on Facebook. They're a bit cheaper. But I mostly get like the smaller tumble stones anyway. Yeah, I get the small ones. You don't have to have huge stones. These crystals that she had on there one day were like small podiums. Literally, they stood probably 4 foot tall and were probably 2 foot around. They were huge. And really all you can do with something like that, which would help, I guess, is maybe set it by your front door where it can clear negative energy as people walk in or you walk in from work. Or it's not like you can take it, pick it up, put it on a crystal grid or use it in a sachet or anything like that. It's too heavy to even move from one side of your room to the other. I don't know, we went to the creek the last couple times and I've gotten some really interesting. See, and I don't have a creek or anything around here to do stuff like that. I would love to go do stuff like that. But I don't have anything. Well, there is a lake here. They call it a lake. To me, it's just a big pond. But I got that water, and I kid you not, a bone actually floated to me. It's perfect for the Santa Morte thing I'm working. Oh, cool. That's awesome. I'm going to unplug this and plug my phone back in because I thought they charged and then they would go on their own, but they don't, evidently. Okay. There we go. But they're pretty. I don't know where he got them. But they're mine now. You have a newer TV. You can plug it into that port too. Oh, yeah? I didn't know that. I've got a smart TV. It's I want to say 52 inch, 55, hanging in there in my living room. Which I'm going to have to pack because there's already one at the house I'm going to in the living room. And in my room, the wall that it's going to have to go on won't be big enough. So I'll have to take my smaller one. I can watch TV in my own room, whatever I want to watch. Hopefully I'll be working a lot, though, and saving up money, because I won't have to pay anything where I'm at, where I'm going, so I can save. It's kind of hard when you're a witch, though. You see stuff. It's like, okay, I got $1,000 check. I'm going to go on Amazon and look at witchy stuff. Oh my, we are so guilty of that. And I honestly really have everything I need. But not everything I want. And I like making my own wands. But some of these that I see that are the way they're made, they're just beautiful. They're really pretty. And of course I want one. And I probably would never use it. It would not be a working wand. It'd be just sitting on my altar. Or in its case it came in. I'm afraid to touch it or mess it up. I've seen where people have made those kits and put crystals and herbs in them, put essential oil or whatnot, and then sent that by their door or set it by their door to clear energy. Yeah. You can even rosemary. You can put, a potted plant of rosemary by your front door. It'll do that too. In that little space that's right in front, I have the perfect little flower bed already set up in front of my house that I really wanted to hoe up, get all the grass out, and plant rosemary in there. But I just never done it. And that's another thing too. I have I think I told y'all this. When I first moved here, well, actually it was the second year I was here. No, it was the first year. No, it was the second year. I'm sorry. Anyway, the first year I was here, I told y'all about me. I was going to get the cable guy was here, and he was hooking up my cable and my internet and all that. And we were having a really bad thunderstorm that day, and I was, kind of weirded out. And I thought, well, I can't believe you're going to mess with all this electricity and stuff during a lightning storm. And he's like, everything's grounded now. I mean, it's not like they have to climb poles anymore. Everything's digital. So they pretty much come in and just, connect a certain wire, and then it's flipped, a switch is flipped on at the company. So he was in here, and that's the year that lightning hit the tree in the front yard right next door to me. So then's when I decided I was going to go get some moss agate or agate and put it out there in the front. I buried it in that flower bed. And before I did so, I dedicated it to the Morrigan because she's really good at protecting from storms and stuff like that. So I called on her and asked for her protection and offered her this stone and planted it out there in my flower bed. And the next year, lightning struck and it hit the tree in my yard. But it didn't hit my house. And when the tornado came through, it didn't come near, it didn't hurt my house. So, but I think I'm going to dig it up. I'm not going to leave it here. And I told you that something's going on around here with, I don't know if it's because I'm leaving. I don't want to sound vain when I say that, or just all the negative energy, or a little of both, whatever's going on here. But my honeysuckle will not bloom. It's dead. It looks like dead thorn bushes out there hanging over my fence. And it has bloomed every year that I have been here until this year. And my plum bush, nothing. There's not one bit of fruit on it. And usually by this time of year, I'm out there trying to hurry up and pick it all off there before it rots. My bamboo even isn't as green and fluffy and out like it usually is. So there's something going on around here. There's actually an oracle deck that I want that's about $50. I'm trying to save up to get. Oh, yeah? Which one is that? God, girl, don't you have enough decks? You and Aiden, I swear, y'all are horrible about them decks. I have my one deck. That's the only deck I need. It's the only deck I use. I wouldn't mind having an oracle deck. That would be nice. But as far as the tarot, and I don't know. But I like some of them oracle decks you were showing me the other night. Now, of course, I told you I wouldn't remember exactly which ones I like. So you'll have to show me again, and I'll write it down this time. Yeah, my Witch's Tarot, it's just the one that resonated with me, and it wasn't, I think it was $30. But I got the new deck, the brand new deck that nobody had ever used. And I know that people can buy used tarot decks, but I just wanted a new one. But I really want one of them wands. The cat's killed my palm plant, but I need a bigger plant for a spell that I want to do. It doesn't matter what kind of, just as long as it's a plant big enough to put a mason jar in the pot. Oh. Whenever I sent you your candles and those oils, did I send you some graveyard dirt? Speaking of, I know that doesn't have anything to do with what we're talking about, but it just came into my head, and you know how my brain works. Did I send you? I sent you a little baggie of graveyard dirt, didn't I? Because there was There's a few herbs you were talking about that you didn't have, so I was going to send them to you. But maybe the graveyard dirt's all I had. And I'll tell you what I'm going to do. When I get back to where I'm going, it's where my grandmother and my daddy are buried. I'm going, and they're buried right next to each other. So I'm going to go out there, and I'm going to, dig up some of the, get down underneath the grass and get some of the dirt from in between them, so I can do some stuff with them. Yeah. Of course, I still wonder about my grandma, if I should summon her or not. She comes to me when she needs to, and feels like it, but I don't know. It's just the way she was in life. I just don't know that I should be messing with her when she's at rest. It's just so odd. I mean, she knew in her heart what I was when she died, but I still do need to get a handful of grass from that courthouse, because I know I'm not going to be able to get dirt. But grass works just as well. Oh, yeah. See, I haven't never used grass. I usually dig down underneath it and kind of shake the dirt off into something from the grass. I just don't know how I'm going to do that, though, because, I mean, their graves, there's not there's no dirt around them. They've been there for years. So I don't know how I would go about, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know how I go about getting. I'd have to dig. Then I'm going to look really weird out there in between two graves digging a hole. Of course, it's kind of out in the country, and I don't know that anybody would see me. I could just get one of them little shovels, them little spades, handheld spades. Yeah, I'm going to need to do a snatch and run, because it's basically the middle of town square and everything was built around the courthouse, so there's nowhere I can get it and not be seen. Right. Yeah, especially, with all the riots, and even before that, the bombings and the threats, and they're pretty particular about what you do or on the grounds. Usually I get my stuff like at the edge of the graveyard itself. Yeah, well, I walk in there. This graveyard up here is actually perfect for doing stuff like that, the one I go to, because there's actually dirt available around there, inside, the fence of the graveyard, and close enough to the graves that, I do ask permission, and I usually take, a jar of water or something to give them. I need to go buy a specific bottle of wine too, that I don't know why, but I took a nap yesterday. Now it's yesterday. And I actually had this dream about this certain bottle of wine. And I honestly don't remember the name of it, but it was in a really pretty bottle. And I don't know if maybe Hecate was showing me what she might want, or I just felt when I woke up that I needed to look up wines and see if I could find that bottle. A lot of views. Graveyards are locked. They haven't been open, and I don't know how long. So plus they're in the middle. Yeah. Um, and it sucks too that y'all don't have a vehicle to where you can go out in the country. Like, if you drive around enough around here, I guess that's one good fortunate thing about living in the areas that I do. There's a lot of country. No water or forest or anything pretty like that, but there's a lot of country and a lot of old graveyards, really old ones. Some of those graves are so close, they're right up against the fence. Yeah. Well, I'll tell you, it's really convenient for me. There wasn't a grave being dug there, but they had a big, huge pile of dirt. Like it looks like when they dug a grave out and the dirt's sitting there beside it, the hole. And then that's usually what they just fill the hole back in with. They had I usually have a big, huge one back there. And I could run and grab some of that too. But that's not where I got it from this time or the last time I went. I got it straight off of, right next to a grave that had recently been put there. I don't know though. A lot of people, I have witches ask me, the newer ones, they'll say, well, if they're not in that grave and it's not going to do you any good, why get graveyard dirt? Uh, well, my answer to that is the simple fact that a lot of times, whether witches want to believe it or not, that ground has been consecrated. Um, whether it be because of whichever kind of preacher, priest, whoever orated the graveside services. A lot of times they'll do things at the internment, so that ground is become pretty much sacred. It doesn't have anything to do with the person that's in that grave, honestly, unless you are looking for a servitor. And then it has everything to do with the person in that grave. But no, I don't think for 1 second that you can go. It's not like we go and stand at a grave and summon someone up out of that grave. I believe that they're somewhere around, and that's a portal for them, or it could be that is where their earthly remains are laying, and so they may stick close by it, or that may just be the telephone that they hear. Does that make sense? No, I don't think for 1 minute that soul is in that ground. Not at all. And it would be horrifying, honestly, to think that I was laying down in there, and then somebody y'all be able to come and just wake me up from the dead, pardon the pun, and have me do work for them. To me, that is just not. It just don't make any sense. Now, as far as summoning them, you know their names by the name on the gravestone. I just think it's a portal that they can come back through to re-enter this world. And it makes you wonder too about the people that are cremated. I mean, it's not the body that in that grave that we call on. It's the soul, the spirit of that individual. There's many different theories about it. I don't do that. I don't. I don't call on servitors per se. And I've actually heard some witches talk about they'll call someone in and pretty much trap them. Like they'll have some sort of a box or a crystal box. What is this, fucking Narnia? You can't do that. It's not possible to do that. It just astounds me the way some of these people talk and think. Seriously, if you believe in ghosts and spirits and yada yada yada, they're and therefore most witches do. In fact, I don't know any that don't. You know for a fact that you cannot contain it. Hello. You cannot contain a spirit like that. They walk through walls, people. They come through your electronic devices. They can pretty much go through anything, and you think that you are powerful enough to put them in a box and actually trap them there. I don't think so. I'll call anybody on that out at any second. And even if you could, why? Why do that? How horrible, how mistreating that could be of a soul, of a spirit. I mean, really? Why would you even want to do it? Let them do it at their own free will. It's better to find them something, a house per se, or a doll, a stuffed animal, someplace that they can snuggle in is what I like to call it. They can live in. They can go in, and it kind of be like their home. But they come and go as they please. You don't. They're not caged animals. They're not pets. And for some people to think that they can actually do that just astounds me. It's like, how and why and who it baffles me. Where in the hell do you get the idea that you can do that? It cannot be done. I don't care who you are, how powerful of a witch you are, it cannot be done. Very few things will I go against in the community of witchcraft. That is definitely one of them. There's no way in living hell that you're going to go get a spirit, put it in a box, and expect to keep it there. Not even a bad one. I know of witches that will say, well, they were bad in life and we're going to make their afterlife even more hell, and they'll go and they'll supposedly summon this spirit into this box, and then they'll put certain chains around it. This isn't Hollywood. It just doesn't work that way. There's a certain way to banish them, but not that way. And anybody that thinks that they can do it, crazy, because it can't be done. They have the right to come and go freely, as they did their time on this earth, and quit. Now get down. I'm tired of messing with you. So I don't care who you are. You can't do it. And I may get all kinds of flack on that, and I don't care. You can't do it. I get so sick of hearing witches go, well, yeah, I'll put them in a box and They only get out when I allow them. It's like, are you crazy? Are you insane? Can't do it. Some bitches walk through walls and you think you're going to capture them in a box. It baffles me. That's right up there with wanting to curse the moon. I'll never forget that one. That was a mess. But all I would inform them about is how people leave things, the gravestone, and people take it off the gravestone and spirit. Yeah. And I'm not saying that they're not watching. I'm not saying that they're not somewhere close to that grave. But you can bet your bottom dollar that they're not inside there. But yeah, they get angry. Not to mention, family. And I hate thieves, much less somebody that goes and steals things off of people's graves. To me, that's just the lowest thievery there can be. I've had people. I went out, on Memorial Day, and these grave wreaths and flowers that you get are not cheap. And especially if you get the really nice ones that you can actually plant down in the ground to where they'll stay and one little gust of wind won't blow them off into the highway. They're not cheap. And for somebody to be out there stealing the flowers off of someone's grave and then to go put them on their relative's grave, that is so disrespectful in so many ways. I mean, and lazy and effortless. It's and so unloving. It just first, before you do all that, go pick some. That don't cost you anything. If you find some wildflowers growing on the side of the road, or have a neighbor that might have a rose bush, ask her or ask them if you can clip a few of the roses to put on the grave. I'm sure they'd let you. I mean, it doesn't have to be some big, huge spray, wow. Or pictures, of course, I wouldn't put I've seen graves with what do the Catholics wear? The rosary beads, hung over the headstone. Well, first of all, I don't even know why you do that. It just makes no sense to me. Because, first of all, any type of wind comes up, it's probably going to blow them off. Second of all, if there's anything shiny on it, you've got little animals, little night critters that like shiny things. One of the animals could drag it off. I mean, and then you come back, a few days later and it's not there and you wonder why. It may not be necessarily that anybody stole it. A little animal, a squirrel. Squirrels are the worst, and they're all over graveyards. Especially ones that have the trees all in them. I mean, use your head. Instead of leaving that rosary on their headstone, hang it on a picture you have of them at your house. Think. Yeah, and you can damn sure. And as I always say, anytime you go in a graveyard and do any kind of work, you get anything, first you be respectful. You ask, you leave an offering or something in return, and you say bye-bye, goodbye, whatever, thank you. You always make sure that you do not allow them to follow you home. There's so many things that you need to know before you just go traipsing through a graveyard. And never steal off of one of the gravestones. That's just so disrespectful, But anyway, yeah, there are very few subjects that I'm just dead set on and against, and that's one of them. I don't. Now I have asked for a servitor, asked them to be of their own free will, and I had a doll. It was a cloth doll that I had with me when I went to the graveyard. I knew exactly what stone I was going to. I'd already kind of walked through there and looked one time before. And I went to this and I did my ritual. And I asked them if they would come into the doll and help me. And then I brought the doll home. But then I also explained to them that they would have to leave the doll and go back to where they came from. They could not stay with me forever. Which it don't bother me anyway if they hang around, as long as their energy isn't negative and as long as they don't cause me issues, So they don't bother me. But I know there's some stuff in this house. It doesn't bother me too bad. I can feel it. I don't know how to describe it. Get down. But yeah, I don't think you should be out in graveyards trying to summon spirits up out of the ground to serve your purposes and chain them, or try to. It just makes no sense to me. Some witches will disagree. Some say, I'm a witch, you can do anything you want. No, really, you can't. There's some things that we just cannot do, are not possible, are not feasible. And that's one of them. You're not going to keep that spirit in that box. And I'll tell you another thing that gets me. I watch all manners of witches. I watch some on the left-hand path on YouTube. Because I like learning about other things. If someone was to ask me a question on my channel, then I have my backup. I can say exactly where I heard the information. A lot of times I'll go through and research it just to make sure that it's correct and all that. But I hear people on the left-hand path talking about the way I like to. The way whenever somebody says, however they put it, that what they're doing is trying to get a demon as a servitor. Okay. Well, anybody that's on the left-hand path, I'm not even on it, and I know that these demons that they mainly work with on the left-hand path are the hierarchy of demons. Like, I don't know, Lucifer, Belial, Astaroth, and so on. You get the gist of it. But the lower level demons are the ones that usually they create the most havoc. They run amok. They're just like little parasites. Even in hell, they're parasites. From what I understand. And those are the ones that you do not call on. You don't just stand in the middle of your room and say, I need a demon, please. Because you're going to attract all kinds of shit. But I've heard some people saying that, they have trapped a bunch of demons in this little box and they've held them in this box. No. I'm sorry. I just don't. You would have to prove that to me beyond a shadow of a doubt that those demons are actually in that box. I'd have to be standing there when you opened it and see fog come out or feel the air pressure change or something before I would believe that you actually have demons in that box. Okay. I do believe that things can be possessed. Like I do most definitely believe that you can buy a possessed doll. I know you can, but that spirit's in there because it wants to be there. It's connected to that doll or tree or whatever it's in for a reason. And it's there because it wants to be, not because a witch put it in there. You see what I'm saying? Um, you just can't do it. You just can't do it. So I probably just pissed off a lot of witches, and I'm sorry if I did, but you just can't do it. These little entities are far more intelligent than you give them credit for, and more intelligent than we are. Even as witches, they are in the other realm. They're in and out of the ethers all the time, and we think astral travel is our greatest thing, and doesn't even come close to what they do. So because we're in this form, we're in this meat sack, so we cannot do the things that they do. We can't move about freely as they do. So therefore, a box isn't going to hold them in. Okay, that's all I'm going to say about that. Are you still here, Lady Blind Wolf? I do need to get my that's what I may do. I may get off here for now and go get my herbs gathered up and go ahead and make my sachet for my I'll wait for a minute how people leave thing. Oh, okay, I've already read that. And y'all can watch me make my car sachet or sachet. I always say sachet, but now y'all have gotten me to saying sachet because everybody's saying sachet. Sachet, sachet, whatever. My protection bag for my car. And I usually don't like putting stuff on my rearview mirror. And I don't know if I want to hang this there or not. I may just put it in my glove box. But I could see me if I was to get pulled over. And the cops watch everything you're doing while you're in that car. Yeah, you're reaching into the glove box, well, you could be reaching in for a pistol. So they're definitely trained to watch for that. So when I reach in there and they see this baggie laying there with a bunch of green herbs in it or, stuff in it, they may go, "Can you step out of the car, ma'am? We need to see." And they'll take my bag. I guarantee you they would take this. They would send it to analysis. They'd probably hold me in jail until they figured out that it's lemongrass and mugwort and what have you. There's no pot or drugs in it. So, and I'll probably put some star anise in there too, just for the aroma. So you can be creative. I'll put probably about 3 of those in there so it'll smell good, smell in my car. And in the summertime when the car heats up, it can, that's one thing you can do right there. You can just get you a baggie and put you a bunch of star anise in there. And like this one, see, it's got little teeny holes all in it. So the aroma, will come out very easily. And you can just fill it full of star anise and put it in your car. It's going to smell. And, it's for good luck too. So I'll probably put a couple of those in there. But that's what I'll do. I'll do that right now. I'm going to figure out what I want to put in here. And then I'll probably come back on here and show y'all as I'm making it. And you can see how I do it. Okay. All right. Well, I'm going to get that done and I'll come back and I'll show you all this. Okay. See you in just a little bit.